Hi everyone, this is Rex Lai. Welcome to the next chapter in Tao, Theoretical and Applied Organizing. This is an approach that's an enrichment of our trade craft that we call organizing and can apply to communicators, organizers, campaign designers of all like. Today's topic and chapter is going to be about an asset-based approach to building your organization. And this has been really inspired by the asset-based community development, community and movement, founded by John McKnight and Jody Kretzmann. And a lot of their source material I'll be using will be from them and also this wonderful ABCD practitioner, Mike Green. In community, the ABCD Institute argues that there's a social services model, which is on the left-hand side, and their approach to the work, and a different alternative model, the community building model, the ABCD model, which focuses much more on assets rather than on the needs. And if you go down to the bottom, people are considered citizens rather than clients. So basically, in looking at these two models, we're extracting a key design principle. Development is an orientation within the social services model, and discovery is much more of a community building model. So here are the two approaches, getting down to the essentials. The social service model is much more of a needs-based model, and where we create the services to meet the needs of the community, the deficiencies of a neighborhood, and it treats consumers, people as consumers, where basically programs are the answer. Whereas the asset-based model is really about discovering what you already have and treats people as citizens, where people are the answer. So there are two approaches again. The needs-based model is about what we need. The questions and the inquiry is all about development of what we need versus an asset-based approach, which is all about the questions and inquiry about discovery of what do we already have. So again, the development orientation, which is the dominant model that most organizations use, is all about what do we need? How do we create future-oriented possibilities? It implies and uses gap analysis and tends to be an external appraisal. Whereas the discovery orientation is much more about what do we already have? How do we see some present-oriented opportunities? It's much more of an asset-based analysis and tends to be an internal appraisal. Again, the dominant orientation is development, but we're going to actually take a look at how do we focus on the discovery part a lot more. So now that we're focusing on the discovery orientation, what are the essentials of having this approach? It's definitely beyond appreciative inquiry, where it's not just about the peak moments and best past practices of what's in use, even though that's all important, but it's a different way of looking at member-centric gifts. Different way of looking at the gifts of the head, which are knowledge and experiences, gifts of the heart, which are typically passions and character traits of the members, gifts of the hands, skills and competencies. And it's all about asking different questions and having a different inquiry stance. What's a gift that has never been considered an asset before in the organization? What are the strengths and competencies that have never been actualized? And what is a new framework for unleashing this untapped potential? So here's the model and flow of the two approaches. So starting with development, it typically starts with IDing the business needs of the business, IDing the experts, what expertise do we need, and then developing the technology in the business to match the needs. That's gap analysis. From there, then creating the concepts and the programs for which then you try to fit them to members. And typically when you do that, you'll hear terms like we need to get buy-in, or they need to get with a program. When you hear words like that, that's a developmentally driven model. The different model is the discovery-driven model, where basically you try to ID and map the assets of the membership, understand the members with deep empathy, and then discover the skills and resources in the assets, and then create the concepts and programs. Whereas then you then build a business, you develop the technology around that, and then you align the expertise of the members that's needed. I'm suggesting we have an integrated approach of both. We need to do both, where we start with developmentally driven programs, but also loop that in with discovery models. And I think that will unleash the untapped potential of the full organization. So thanks for taking the time so I can share this with you. If you want to talk more about this or go deeper into possible potential applications, then contact me at the information you see in front of you. And looking forward to talking with you next. Have a great day.